What's up? Yeah, another three videos today. Let's hope that I can get this out by today and not like one video like late at night. So let, let's get right into this. So, we reacted to my family loyal types for me for money. Yeah, let's go.
My family will only talk to me if I send them money. I dreamed that I was flying like an eagle high above the mountains. I felt free and powerful. It was the best feeling I had ever felt until I was woken up by my phone's message tone. When I opened my eyes, I realized just how much pain I was in. Everything hurt. I was hurt in places where I didn't even know I had places. My ribs were the worst. When I finally reached down, I saw that I had several missed text messages from my brother Paul and my half-sister Suzanne. I could practically hear their voices in my head as I read. I saw my older brother Paul's first. "Hey, you bag of butt cracks. Don't forget to put the money in our accounts by 5 p.m. today. Dad almost blew a gasket when it went in at 5:15 p.m. last month." Paul was the favorite and firstborn son. My dad took him when he walked out on my mom, and when I was 4 and Paul was 8, Dad said it was because he was more self-reliant. Then I read my half-sister, Suzanne's. "Daddy wanted to let you know that he will cancel the party if you're late again." I heard her condescending voice as I read it. To be fair, she spoke to everyone that way, except for her daddy. That one time I was late, when I was stuck underground on the subway thanks to an overenthusiastic duck. Right, I thought to myself as I slowly got out of bed and made my way to the
What do you
shower.
mean,
As I passed by my face in the mirror, I noticed how beat up I was, but didn't give it a second look. The hot water felt amazing. When I was 11, my mother suddenly passed away. With no other family, my dad and his new wife had to take me in. They gave me a small room in the basement, a list of my share of the chores. Beyond that, I had to fend for myself with my brother and my 3 half-siblings. The oldest, Suzanne, Paul, middle son, who's about a year younger than me, and Lena, the baby of the brood, who just turned 17. The fact Suzanne was a year older than my older brother Rick was never lost on me. I got a
hold
job when
on,
I was 14 and saved up until I had saved enough to move.
hold on. So, like, I choose this out because people are saying that fall equinox has started. Uh, okay, it is true. It started today. But what is it? I'm gonna like research what's the fall equinox. Then yeah, and I'm sorry if I haven't edited like the thing that I said I would edit. Ah, I forgot. Okay, but this time I will edit in as the outro uh the message of or DM that I DM you two's about. So that'll be at the end of the video. So yeah.
Out. Just as I was leaving their house for the last time, they presented me with a bill. That's not a joke. My family wanted me to pay them back for everything. How much I owed for back rent, to how much time my father and stepmother helped me with my homework, to how much I owed my other siblings for watching me when my parents were out, and so on. Even my younger half-siblings gave me a bill for the amount of attention they no longer got from our parents since I moved in. My stepmother made it very clear when I moved out. I'll never forget her message. Unless I pay back every dime I owe, they will all turn their backs on me for good. After I was dressed and ready to leave for work, I heard a knock on the door to my apartment. "Wow, Wyatt, you look like shit. I wonder what the other guy looks like." Those words came from my neighbor, coworker, and my most recent cage fighting opponent, Henry. I couldn't help but
Mm.
chuckle as his face looked almost as bad as mine while he handed me coffee. Several years older than me, he was the closest thing I had to an actual brother. He kind of took me under his wing shortly after I started my job at the firm a few years ago. Because it doesn't pay quite as much as my family wants, I started cage fighting in an...
Yeah, the reason why I keep yawning is because I don't know, I'm just tired. Like I said, hey, I just want to upload videos today, which F me because I just don't want to. Alright, I seriously don't want to do this video, but I just said F it. I want to get through this month with videos, and then next 2 weeks I will get my desktop and the microphone that I want, and then we're good. So just stay tuned for a live stream within that early month of October, and then I'll give you guys the live stream that you've been expecting uh for a very very long time. So yeah.
An amateur league. As we made our way to the subway, Henry explained that, dude, you gotta learn to protect the body. Take away the body, take away the fight. Chance a win. My mind drifted to last night's fight and the feeling of his shin connecting with my ribs in a devastating kick. I may have screamed on impact because I went down. Don't worry, man. I won't tell anyone that you screamed like a little girl before you hit the mat. I promise. I heard him say in my mind. So, it was a war cry, not a scream. I'm sorry if I scared you, I shot back. Don't worry, he said. I'm not going to tell anyone at the office. He was texting when he said it, and I'm sure he was telling everyone. On the subway ride, I told him about the situation with my family, including today's news that they were threatening to not invite me to my own birthday party. That they expected me to fund them with money that no doubt will not be spent on me. The worst part is my older brother and sister and I were all really kind of close at first. But when I missed a payment earlier, they turned on me. I almost couldn't believe the words coming out of my own mouth. He listened patiently between subway stops. In his usual bluntness, he gave me some sage wisdom. The hell with them. They sound like jerks. Spend the money on yourself for once, man. They were my only blood. I couldn't just walk away, even if I didn't even like them anymore. The hour-long trip to work felt twice as long because of how much pain I was in. If Henry was in near as much pain as me, he sure didn't show it. We got to the office right on time, by which I mean we were right on time for our boss to catch us running late. This could have gone a few different ways. What the hell happened to you two? Were the first words out of the mouth of our boss, Mr. Gorsh, a balding man in his 40s, and wire-framed glasses as he looked at Henry and me. What can I say? We were both really determined to get the last chocolate donut on the way to work, was the only thing I could think of, followed immediately by Henry, who said, in our defense, people say those donuts are a real scream. And my ribs and pride now both hurt. Our boss shook his head and told us the next time we were late, we'll get written up. Thankfully, I was busy enough that my day went really quickly, despite the pain. A lot more of my colleagues asked me which one of the Scream movies was my favorite throughout the day, as opposed to the 0 times I've been asked that before. I was filling reports, writing reports, and photocopying reports all day. My ribs hurt so bad I skipped my lunch. The clock on my phone said 4:59 p.m. I watched the seconds tick down on the clock by my desk. Not just waiting to clock out, mind you. I made sure all the money was transferred at exactly 1 second before it was 5 p.m. My only silent F-U victory. Within seconds, I got a text from Lena with a photo of a chocolate cake and a message that read, "Hope to see you soon." I rolled my eyes before making my way to the office door where Henry was already waiting for me. As I did, one of my coworkers slapped me on the back and said, "Look out, war crier," as he passed me. I paused for a second, then kept moving. Hey, Henry, did you tell anyone in the office about my war cry? You mean your scream? No, no one, not at all, he replied. As if on cue, Brenda, gorgeous, the girl of my dreams, who works in our office, passed by us and said, "Good night, Henry, and you too, Wyatt. Don't make the girls scream too much." I turned to Henry. You were saying, Henry? Oh, you meant our office? He replied. Our office, yes, I shot back. Then everyone, yes, I told everyone. I think some people on the 2nd and 3rd floors know, actually. Gotta block that body, man. Next time this won't happen, he said to me as we made our way down the busy street to the subway. Seriously though, Wyatt, your striking is getting better. Your ground game is solid. Your main weakness is you forget about defense. The better the defense, the better the odds of a victory, said Henry. Next time, I'll beat you, I said. His only response was a quick wink and a shake of his head. By the time we got to the station, we got on different trains. It took a few buses and another hour or so before I was finally at the family home on the edge of town. It was a nice house once that had seen better days. They were not neglected as much as just worn by age and use. When I arrived, I only found Lena and Rick. A single piece of cake and no gifts. Lena was too busy FaceTiming with her boyfriend in Canada to give me more than a passing, "Hello, happy birthday, bye now," after she opened the door for me. I found Rick in the backyard.
Mm-hmm. Nothing. What are you doing? Oh. Just tired. I don't know. Okay. Yeah.
Yard, laying on a lawn chair with a drink in his hand. "Hey," I called out to him as I walked into the yard. "Hey there, birthday boy," he said back to me as he lifted his head. "Welcome to your party." He had a sneer on his face that I just wanted to knock off. "Some party? Where is everyone? I sent the money on time." "Oh, no, I know," he said back. "You just missed everyone." By which he meant stepmommy and my father left for a trip to the Bahamas for a week that morning. Paul was at his girlfriend's house, and Suzanne, well, I stopped paying attention when he mentioned her, because I don't care where the hell she is, to be honest with you. I thought about leaving for a second. I thought about kicking my older brother's ass. Even with feeling like I had a building fall on me, I was pretty sure that I could. Instead, I sat down in the lawn chair near Rick and pulled a drink out of his cooler. He lifted his head and said to me, "That's $10, bro." I just stared at him for a long second before he finally relented. "Okay, but only because it's your damn birthday. But you only get the one. I have to ration these until I go to the store tomorrow." I opened my drink and looked up at the sky. We sat in silence for a minute. My mind wandered. Suddenly, Rick and I were in the ring facing off with each other. He threw a punch but missed my head. Then another also missed. He went to throw a third, but I caught him square on the chin with a punch of my own. He was staggered, and there were actual stars floating around his head. He put his hands up to defend his face, but I kicked him hard in the ribs with a left kick. His whole body shifted to one side as I connected. My daydream was broken by Henry's voice. "Hello, Earth to Whining Wyatt." I said, "How much longer are you going to be staying?" "I don't know," I said. "Don't you have to get up early for work?" He scoffed at me. He was right to. My work and wounds paid for this lifestyle. I took a long sip of my drink. "You know, Rick, I never wanted us to be enemies. You're the only real family I have. I didn't have a choice in how things worked out. I just wish we could be a proper family." His reply came in the form of a loud belch. I put down my drink and headed for the bus stop, thinking of my multi-hour trip home. As I waited for the bus, I pulled out my phone and typed a message to Henry. "What do you say we do a long weekend in Vegas next month?" Almost instantly, I got a reply from him saying one word: "Finally." This so-called excuse for a family isn't worth the money anymore. What they didn't know was the plan that I had made. I picked up my phone and called my bank. "Hello, I'd like to report fraud on my account. Several transactions." "Of course, sir. As a platinum customer, we will return any money to your account that was taken because of fraud. Now, it says here you are a cage fighter?" "Yes," I said with a grin, as I thought of the new life I was going to live. "Yes, and I live in Vegas." This was going to be great.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I will edit the part where I to uh who is it, to my brother. In the next video I'll be reacting to something else. So if I'm not tired, so yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will show you guys the DM if I can. If I can't, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah. See you guys in the next video and take care.